BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack. Featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Monday, June 9th, 2025. And this is episode number 951. Barry on Deck. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the program. I don't know what this sound is all jacked up in this bitch. Hey, hello, hi, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, I wish I was in a better mood for you. I do indeed. I have spent the last hour and a half, 2 hours, close, hour and a half or so, I guess, on the phone with support. Oh God. So your boy has a hosting that I use for all of my online stuff, website. So like Barry on Deck, Barry is funny. We have a website for Who's Fancy Media, but it's not used. But I have a lot of websites, right? I have a lot of URLs that I bought, or I should say domain names that I bought like back in the day. But all of it's done through like one hosting site, right? Some of these sites. So here's the thing. I'm getting ready to launch onestarkids.com on Father's Day. And so I'm really trying to get the shit done by then so that it's ready. Why is this up, by the way? That shouldn't be available. But it is. That's not good. Shit. I gotta go in and fix that. Fuck. But it's gonna be the soft launch for One Star Kids. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But that's where I host it. So I have like that domain, and I have a bunch of shit. I have old MMA domains, thecagedor.net. Anyways, I think I have like, God, I don't know. Let me see. I have a lot of domains that I own, right? Well, I found out that none of my emails were working. 3 of my domains were offline. Like, a lot of stuff was just not working. And the only reason I found that out is because I was working on the One Star Kid stuff. Now, that doesn't sound bad, like, oh, well, what's the big deal? Well, I wasn't getting any booking emails. Yeah. Haven't been getting any booking emails since May 10th. No wonder my June calendar is fucking empty. Yeah, so my Gmail, because I have my Gmail connected to, like, so I have let's see. Oh, no, this isn't my hold on, let me see. Long story short, a lot of my shit on my hosting was down and not working, and not because I didn't pay my bill, jackasses. Just wasn't working. And so I've spent the last 2 hours or so with support trying to get this shit up and running, and it's partially working. The big thing I got working was my emails. So now I'm getting my Barry is Funny emails for bookings and stuff, because that's the most important thing. The rest of that shit I can get done, but Jesus Christ, this fucking Anyways, we're here and we're doing it. And the most important thing is we're in time for the best part of the week. And we're going to kick this show off the right way. We're not going to get to the headlines and the sports. But the most important thing of the week, it's not me. It's not the sports. Hell no. It's the greatest woman in the history of womaning. That's not a word. But it's the greatest mom in the history of moms. It's everybody's favorite mom. It's Jenny's mom. Hey, Mom, how you doing?
Fine. I'm sorry you had such a hard time.
Oh, my God. You texted me, I don't know what time. You're like, are we doing a show? I was like, hell yes, we're doing a show. Of course.
Yeah.
I bet you were like, this fucking liar. Jesus
And then
Christ.
I thought, well, he says we are, so I'm just going to hang around and see what happens.
Oh, my God, Mom. I was sitting there. I was like, I'm working on this stuff. And like, I was like, oh, so I've been like, working on the website and trying to get everything connected and up and running. And because I'm doing this whole One Star Kids.
What's One Star Kids?
So
I haven't heard about this.
Yeah. So I have this idea, this branding idea, right? So I do this bit about, sorry, I have a gnat in here and this some bitch.
Surprise.
No, it's just the one. And me and him go back and forth. We tussle.
You're going to kill him one of these days.
One of these days. He's faster than me, though.
Oliver in there. He'll get him.
Yeah, that's son of a bitch. By the way, I don't know if it's just me. Chat, does the sound weird or is it just me?
Are you saying I sound weird?
No. I think I messed up something.
I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, it's not that. I think it sounds like off. I don't know if I messed up something in the audio itself, like in the. It's not you. It's me. I think I did
Sounds
something.
fine to me.
Well, anyways, I was doing something. So One Star Kid. So basically I have this bit and I think you heard it when you came to the punchline where I talk about, I think there should be a Yelp for kids. It's the bit I do where, I think you get a lot of parents think they have 5-star kids, but they don't. There's a bunch of 1-star kids. So that's been really taken off. And I have the t-shirt that says kids 1-star, total nightmare, do not recommend. That really took off. And then a buddy of mine, Trey Tutson, was like, dude, that's your brand. Like, that's a whole brand. There's a whole segment, a niche out there that just doesn't want kids, that doesn't have kids, that lives a kids-free lifestyle.
Hey, I know a bunch of them besides you that aren't having kids.
And it was like, you should really lean into that. That's like an untapped market. And I was like, he's right, and so that's my niche. So I'm building out, I've got a whole line of shirts that I'm building out, and I'm working on like a brand for my comedy that's kind of centered around just not having kids. And I've got a bunch of jokes written and I'm writing more, and just being single, or not single, but just being married with no kids. And then there's the whole single crowd with no kids. So it's like, it's a niche that's really kind of untapped in comedy, because comedy is either you're single or divorced or you're married with kids, but a lot of people don't do what this is. So I was like, man, I'm going to kind of lean into it and, lean into it on social media. And so step one of all of this was getting the website up with all the merch. And so I've really been trying to focus on that.
Oh, yeah.
And so, because that's going to be like, there's a lot of, like, I think there's going to be 9 or 10. I'm debating on the 10th shirt, but there's either going to be 9 or 10 shirts up when I launch the site. And the soft launch will be on Father's Day. Of course.
There you go. The day that you don't celebrate.
Yeah. And then the official launch of the store, like when it goes live, will be August 1st, which is International No Kids Day. And so that'll be...
Yeah. Is that really a day?
Yeah, that's really a day. That'll be the official. So the soft launch is Father's Day, and then the official launch will be August 1st, which is International No Kids Day. So, so that's what I've been working on. So it's kind of a whole brand, because like I don't know if you know this guy named Jerry Wayne Longmire. He's a friend of mine. He's a comedian, but he does these videos where it's called truck astrology, and he just takes these trucks and he says, like astrology is like, oh, you're a Gemini. This is what it says about you. You're a Taurus. Well, he just takes these guys' trucks and he's like, oh, this truck. Oh, I'll tell you who drives this truck. This person is blah, 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 blah. Right. And it's kind of his thing. And it's what he went viral. So like a lot of comics have something like that. And so
that they're known for.
Yeah, and 3 or 4 of my buddies were like, "This is your thing, dude. One Star Kids is like your thing." Like people are like,
I never thought about it.
Yeah, like just the fact, like the just One Star Kids in and of itself, just like labeling a kid a 1-star kid when they're acting like an asshole in public is it's very catchy.
Come to think of it, there's comedians that you do associate a certain line with, like the one that said, I never get any respect, to the Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield,
that's all I remember about him.
Jeff Foxworthy was "You might be a redneck if,"
So you might be a redneck if you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bill Engvall was "Here's Your Sign." Yeah. So this is kind of like one of those things where I'm just going to lean into it and see what happens. So this is.
Well, it sounds like fun.
Yeah. And like so the next component after the website is I'm going to start finding videos of kids acting bad in public and then just talk shit about them and be like, look at this. This is a 1-star kid right here, and then just kind of,
oh my God,
and put those out and just see what happens. So that's kind of phase 2.
It's a good thing they didn't have video when you were a kid, because you would have been a star on that show.
Hey. I've told this story on here about when I was a breakdancing Invisible Changes. Do you remember that?
Oh, God, yes. But you were really good at it, was what was so funny. And you had no qualms about doing it in front of anybody. You would just start breakdancing to the music.
It's so embarrassing. So embarrassing. Yeah, I was.
I thought it was great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's super nerdy, though.
My little star.
Yeah. Well, and here we are.
I knew then you were destined for stardom.
Well, I don't know. By the way, everybody's saying it sounds fine, so it must be on my end. By the way, Mom, remember you helped me put together a package to send to one of the deckheads who is deployed overseas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good news. Good news. No, he did. He's home.
Oh, that's wonderful. Good.
Alec, man, congratulations, brother. It is so good to hear that you are home.
Yes,
he's like, Barry, guess what? I am MFing home. Man. How long were you gone, Alec? Total number of days. How long were you deployed? It was a long time. Like, it was a long ass time.
I just can't believe you got the package. I didn't think it'd ever arrive.
Oh my God. Yeah. It seemed like it was forever. But dude, that's so awesome, man. I am so glad you're home. Yeah. Welcome back. And again, dude, as always, thank you for your service.
Yes, and thank you for your service so much.
Ridiculous. So yeah, Total Dallas said he's working on an NIL deal for you with Dr. Pepper for future birthday shots.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I bet you will.
They're just never going to get over that, are they?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They'll never let you live that down.
That was awesome. I'll take the deal. Hey, I just got back from New Orleans. That's why I wasn't here last Monday.
Oh, how did that go? You keep going. I'm going to try to fix my headphones here. Keep going.
We had so much fun. It was great. Nothing like seeing the world through the eyes of an 11-year-old. It was a lot of fun. We had a good time.
Oh,
I figured I better take him while he's young, because once he hits 14, they don't want anything to do with the adults in the family.
No, absolutely not. Yeah,
next week I'm going to Lake Tahoe, so I won't be here either.
Well, look at you just gallivanting around town.
I know. I'm so excited. I haven't been there, well, since I lived there. I haven't been there for a
Yeah.
long, long time. So, gonna go. My girlfriend's taking me on another little gambling trip, free
Oh,
of
that's
charge.
right.
Yeah, free junket, free hotel. So, and then I'll settle in and be home for a while. So, y'all will have to see me every Monday. But anyway.
Well, are you, so this is now it's this one in Egypt and that's it?
No. So, so August we're going to Michigan. September I'm teaching on a cruise, and
Oh,
then the
that's,
end of October or 1st of November I'm trying to book my Egypt trip. So it's going to be a traveling kind of year. I'm having
that's right.
fun.
Yeah. You got a lot of shit going on. I
It's
forget.
going to be fun. I know. I
Jesus.
know.
Well,
How was your? By the way, how was your trip?
oh
The
my God.
whiskey. What did they call it? The whiskey.
The Whiskey Trail, the Texas Whiskey
Yeah.
Trail. It was a ton of fun.
Oh,
We had a blast.
good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Didn't drink as much as we thought we would because we're old. I mean, Jesus, you get old and you're like, nah.
You're telling me it's like one glass of wine, and you're like, I'm done.
Yeah, and the amount of liquor I got, Francisco brought over 6 bottles of whiskey and 6 bottles of wine for my birthday, which was amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
So awesome. Plus Nancy, my sister-in-law, Nora's sister, obviously got me a bottle of whiskey. And then we went
I
to
saw the stuff on your countertop that you got, and I figured that was your birthday stuff.
yeah. And then we got, Nora got me a bottle of tequila. And then I
You're gonna
bought
be
a
an alky.
bottle. We went to the distillery. So I splurged and bought a bottle of whiskey. And Jesus, it's just, I've got way too, look, this was, yeah. I showed everybody this. This was all the stuff. So let's see. Yeah, so this was the stuff that Francisco got me. So he got me like
Oh
these.
my
He got
God.
me these two. And then he got me a bottle of Four Roses, a bottle of Elijah Craig.
Are those Texas whiskeys? Is
No.
that where those
This
brand-
one is. These two are. So this Garrison Brothers, both of these
Uh-huh.
are Texas whiskeys. And then he got me some Basil Hayden. So all of that is just from Francisco. He lives out
my
there in the hill
God.
country. He works at a winery
How
out there.
nice.
Yeah. And then he got me
So is it like when you do a winery thing where you go to the distillery and do a tasting
yeah.
and
And then I bought this bottle, which this is like
oh my
this is like a $200 bottle of whiskey. And I got
is
it.
that the one? Is that the distillery y'all went to?
Yeah, this is the distillery we went to, and you can get it for like 170. So I splurged. You know, the
my
deckheads
goodness.
got
It
me
must
some
really
birthday
be
money.
good.
The deckheads got me some birthday money. They were so nice. So I was like, you know
Oh.
what? I'm going to splurge. So I got me some Lady Bird from Garrison Brothers, which, you know, it's good. It's really good. So
Good sipping whiskey.
yeah, it's really good. But that was, yeah. So literally I have like all of this goddamn whiskey and then 6 bottles of wine and some tequila. I just, Nora goes, okay, we're going to have to do something about
You're gonna have to join
the
AA.
liquor. The
one
liquor.
day.
Yeah, that too. But I got our liquor room, or I don't know what it is. It's not big enough. We're out of room. We have that counter space gone. She goes, we're
Oh,
going to have
that's
to.
your butler's pantry or whatever they call it.
Yeah,
Where you keep
there's no space. It's just full of alcohol. All the cabinets are full of alcohol. I don't even drink that much. You know this, Mom. I'm not a big drinker.
I
The
know.
deckheads have turned me into an alcoholic, but I'm not that
I know,
big
and
of a
I'm mad
drinker.
at them about that.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, they've turned your baby into a lush.
Dadgummit.
I know. Oh, Donna, you
whiskey
like Basil
nut.
Hayden? I'll have to save you a sip, girl. We'll have to partake in a sip together. But I mean, Mom, look at the cabinet back there. Just oh, you can't see it. Look, hold on. Look at this. Look at the. I mean, look at all the damn. That's just all whiskey, also. And then I've got this shelf. And then, yeah, and then that doesn't count all of the damn, that doesn't count all the shit that's in the butler pantry. I don't
Well,
even,
I have a solution. Have a party.
well,
You're such a partier.
oh yeah. Oh, you know me. Love hanging
You
around
love
people.
to have all those people in your home and party, right?
Yeah, love hanging around people. Donna, done deal. We'll do a sip out in the parking lot. Donna, you're coming to that show in July, Donna? Fantastic.
Your kitty cats were so funny when they would meet me at the door. And the second time Paul was with me, or the first time Paul was with me, and we opened up the door, they were standing there and they saw him and they just took off. Yeah. And I thought, well, Paul, you scared the shit out of them. He goes, I didn't do anything. But when Braylon came in with me, oh man, Oliver loved him. He was rubbing up against him, letting him pet him. I said, watch out, he's going to bite you. He said, oh, he won't bite me. And
that's funny. They pick up on that energy. They say they pick up on that energy.
Yeah. Cats are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently.
They knew I was food. That's all they knew about me.
Oh,
I was food.
They recognize you. They were like, oh, yeah, she feeds us. That old guy, not so sure. The young one.
Not so sure who he is.
Nora, I told Nora about Braylon coming over. She goes, oh, they recognize the cat guy. They know. They
did. And Oliver was on the back of the couch and I looked over and Braylon was over there just petting him and he was purring and then he got down and he rubbed up against him and I thought, that was amazing.
He don't do that for nobody.
He never do that with me.
No, he don't do that for me.
Oh, well, that's because you're so damn mean to him.
Oh, bullshit.
Well, you are.
I feed his ass. What are you talking about? Mean to him? You lost your damn mind. Look, Amos said, I was thinking the same thing, Jenny. Have a cookout and have people over and eat your boiled steaks. Oh, kiss my ass. Boiled steaks.
There you go. Enjoy. I mean, why not,
First of all, you don't got to say boiled steaks, jackass. It's called sous vide. And it is the best steak you'll ever eat, jerk. He always got to make it sound like I just throw steak in a pot of boiling water like it's a weenie. That's some bullshit. Yeah.
Steak is boiled?
No, Mom, it's not boiled. It's sous vide. God damn it. See what you did, Amos?
What is that?
Oh, God. You guys are so...
I'm sorry I'm not that sophisticated. But
exactly. That's exactly my point. You guys are so uncouth and, God, hanging out with a bunch of, Jesus.
Uncouth people.
Damn. 9 months, Alec was deployed. 9 months.
Wow.
That is crazy, dude.
Where was he? Can he tell us now where he was?
Yeah, I was going to say, Alec, can you tell us where you were at? Are you allowed to tell us now that you're back?
I know he couldn't.
Yeah. Mimi said it's the best steak ever when you sous vide. Yep. Hey, what up, Keith? Yeah, it's hot dog, water, boiled steak. No, that's not true. So sous vide, mother, what you do is they have this machine that is strictly for sous vide. It's a way to cook using water. Okay. And what you do is it gets the water up to a certain temperature. And so you put whatever you're cooking, whether it's steak, you can make like pork chops, there's a lot of stuff you can sous vide, right? You can cook vegetables, you can cook a lot of shit. Yeah. Dave's PB Dub said it's immersion circular. So it's basically you put whatever you want to cook into a plastic bag. You're supposed to make it airtight, but I don't usually do that. But you put it into a plastic bag and you submerge it under the water. Oh yeah, an immersion circulator. There you go. But you submerge it under the water and the heat from the water cooks it. But the thing is, the temperature is controlled so it never fluctuates. And the fact that it sits in the water, it cooks a perfect steak every time. Yes, Mark, I didn't bring it up. Okay, Mark, I didn't bring it up. But it cooks a perfect steak every time.
His mother did.
It cooks it perfectly every time.
So you just couldn't just put a steak in a baggie and throw it in a pan of water boiling?
Well, you don't boil it because you don't control. The sous vide machine controls the temperature. So you set it to like 130, okay? And then you put let's say you put a ribeye in a Ziploc bag and seal it airtight, submerge the Ziploc. Now you clip it to the side. You don't want it to go under because water might get into the bag. You don't want that. You want to keep the steak out of the water. You keep it in the bag airtight, but you submerge the bag under the water. And then, look, God damn it. You know what? Let's just pull up a goddamn.
Sounds complicated to me.
It's
How
not
much is
complicated.
this machine?
Huh?
How much is this machine?
It's not very much. I mean, they're a couple $100 at the most. How to...
Wow, you buy a lot of steak for that.
What the shit? Oh, Jesus.
You mean it's better than grilling it?
Oh, my God. Way better than grilling it. Here's... What the hell? Here's sous videing a steak. Let's see. Here's a video for y'all stupid asses. Let me see. Why is this not working now? None of this shit is showing up. That's weird. Oh, that's why. Hello. And interview. Okay. All right. So this is how you sous vide. Sous vide. Yes, sous vide. This is how you sous vide a steak. Let me get the audio here. You hold the steak underwater and say, "Shh, it'll be over soon." That's some funny shit, Total Dallas. That might be the funniest joke you've ever made, Total Dallas. You should just stop now. Just quit now and never make a, you just what was the name of that mom that drowned her 6 kids? No.
Oh,
too far.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yep. Nasty Nate said, couple $100 for a boiled steak. Fuck that. Okay, you see, it's not.
I was gonna say I just throw it on the grill, but
oh
whatever.
My God. Let's see. Sous
I'm not
vide
sophisticated
machine.
enough, evidently.
It's like an Anchor. I think it's Anchor sous vide machine is what I got. Yeah. Oh no, a Nova. You can get a Nova sous vide machine for $130. There's another one for $59. Here's one for $104. Not that expensive.
So you got one?
Yeah, we got one. Yeah.
So when are you having me over for steak?
Oh, man, look at the time. And that was Jenny's mom, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Just kidding.
You are so bad.
All right, here's how you sous vide a steak. Look, right? So let's see.
Amazingly consistent results.
You see, so he's like, you get amazingly consistent results. And so you put it in the bag. So here he seasons them first, right? Here's what he's saying. He's going to, here he's showing you the results, right? So you could take your steaks. And this is the even doneness. That's what it shows you. Is this is how, like, when it's done, that's what it looks like, right? So first thing you do, season them. And this is how you cook it. You do it at like 120 to 129 for rare. I do 130 for medium rare. That's how I like my steaks, medium rare. So first thing you do, season them. All he does is salt. I put a little Worcestershire sauce on it, and then some Saltgrass 7. And that, so good. So he's just doing that. You see him putting it in the Ziploc, right? Now he's doing the airtight seal thing. I don't really do that. If you want, all you have to do if you don't have one of these machines, you can just get your Ziploc and put it in cold water, and that'll suck the air out. Yeah, and then you just got your sous vide machine in there. Get your water temperature up to 130. And then you submerge the steak in there. And the temperature at 130 cooks the steak. And usually it takes about an hour to cook about a 1-inch steak to medium rare. And then what you do at this point is you got a cast iron skillet. You get it flaming hot. I mean, smoking hot, right? So after an hour of that sitting in there. And the good thing about this is you can't overcook the steak. So you can't burn it. You can't overcook it. You could leave it in there and it's never going to get past the 130 mark. It's never going to make it past medium rare. So once it's done,
and
it's
then you
done.
sear it on both sides.
And then you see that cast iron skillet over there on the right, and then you're just going to slap it in that cast iron skillet. See, this is what he's going to show you what it looks like. Well, maybe here. Let's see. He's gonna. So you can do it one of two ways. You could take a torch, which is what he's going to do.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So you could, because you're just trying to get the char on it. But yeah, this is what I do. You just take it and put it in a cast iron skillet. I don't know why he was doing the torch, but this is what I do. I just put it in the cast iron skillet and then get the char. Yep. Flip it over. And it takes about 2 minutes, maybe, but you don't want to do it too long because then you just end up cooking it twice. You're just trying to get some char on both sides. And look at that. Perfectly cooked all the way through. Look at that.
That sounds to me like a lot of work.
It's
Does
not.
anybody agree with me?
It's not. I mean, you literally put it in a bag and set it in there and walk away for an hour, come back.
But you can only do one. You can only do one steak at a time.
No, you can put however many steaks you can submerge under the water.
Oh, okay.
You could literally, if you could cram 10 steaks in there, you can cook 10 steaks all at once.
Okay.
And then you put 10 steaks on the skillet. You just put 2 in there, 2 minutes per side. And then, of course, what you want to do, obviously, is you want to let them rest because you let the juices get sucked back into the steak. So 2 minutes on each side. And here's the reason why you do 2 minutes on each side is you watch as he cuts this. Here's why it's important to not go too long. I'm going to let him get to a little bit more here. So if you look on the edge, you see my mouse here. You see the edges here. This is why you don't go too long because that's starting to cook the steak on the cast iron skillet. The longer you cook it, the further that creeps into the center of the steak and you end up ruining everything you did with the sous vide. So you don't want to do too long. 2 minutes max, maybe not even. Just all you're trying to do is get some char on the outside of the steak.
What I want to know is who thought of this?
Obviously the French.
Obviously.
It's called sous vide, so I'm guessing the French. But that's it.
Wow.
But what I do is so I'll leave the steaks in there for about an hour to cook in the water. And then I get the pan boiling hot, the cast iron skillet, and I'll throw a little butter in there, just a little bit. And you can use like a garlic butter. And then just sear 2 minutes 1 minute to 2 minutes on each side, depending on how thick they are. Done. And then I'll spread a little more butter on there. Oh my God, it's so good.
We're having this tonight, did you say?
It's so good. I don't know. Do you have enough steaks to make them for yourself?
No. But you know what? That does sound really good.
It's so good. Tony the Handsome said Total Dallas microwaves his steaks. Yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny. Let's see. Learn from your mother, Barry. Throw it on the grill. Oh, I grill steaks too. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I grill steaks, but I'm telling you, those of you that have never had this, look, Keith Sager, I have one and it's amazing. I actually sous vide first, then pan sear it for 1 to 2 for char with Saltgrass 7 as well. Same thing. See, I'm telling you guys, for those of you that are talking shit, it's only because you have never done it. Once you have a sous vide steak, you will never go back. I promise you this. You're talking shit simply because you've never had one. And when you do, oh my God, it's the best thing ever.
Where do you get Saltgrass 7?
Mimi said, or a tenderloin thin. Yep, exactly. Yep. See, Mimi has said it's good. PB Dubs has said it's good. Keith Sager, Mark G, everybody that's had it is like best steak you ever have. Best steak. The rest of you
where do you
can
get
suck
the
it.
Saltgrass 7 stuff? Is that like that?
I think it's at Kroger. I don't think HEB has it. But I think it's at Kroger. What up, Jared Taylor?
This is something new that I've never heard of. I will pass it on.
It's so good.
Maybe he'll get us one.
So good. I'm telling you.
Not that we have steak that often.
Yeah. No, Keith said pork chops are hitting. Yep. Pork chops in there. You can't overcook them. That's the beautiful thing is you can't fuck things up in the sous vide and it's cooked perfectly every time.
Oh, wow.
You can't dry out a pork chop in sous vide. You can't dry out, you can't mess up your meat or veggies even in a sous vide. Look, there goes Jeff Bell. They're delicious. I'm telling you.
Okay,
Have I
you've
done this
convinced
before?
me.
Mark said we've had this conversation before. I don't think it was with Jenny.
Oh,
I think it was
Jenny
with
on this
somebody
show,
else.
but
Surely
he never
HEB
talked
has
to
it.
me about it.
No, I don't
Never
think
talked to-
HEB has the Saltgrass 7. Let's see. Let me see. Maybe. I don't know, but that
HEB.
Saltgrass 7 is the shit. Let's see.
God, I'm hungry. I'll see
Nope.
you.
No, they don't have it. That's like that's why I said let's see. Saltgrass 7 seasoning. Instacart, Amazon, Walmart, Landry's, Texas Food,
Walmart. How about
Kroger.
that?
Oh, there it is. It is at HEB. I'll be damned.
There you go.
Well, it ain't at the one by our
Have
house.
to get some of it.
Not sold at store. Yeah, see, it's not at our store. So you have to have it like ordered and delivered, I guess.
Oh, wow. Must be a good seasoning.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not sold at our store, but the Kroger over here has it, but not the HEB.
Okay.
I don't know why that is, but yeah, it's really good.
Well, good. I guess I'll have to get me one of those machines.
You have to, Mom. I'm telling you. It's very good.
I would love that.
Yeah, well, maybe you'll get one for Christmas.
Maybe so.
You got what did I get you? A toaster oven? What did I get you?
Oh,
The toaster
that
oven thing, right?
that oven that does everything. It air fries.
Toaster oven air fryer thing?
Bakes. We use that thing twice a day, every day. I never heard it. The only time I ever use my oven is when I'm making a big batch of cookies or something. But otherwise, we use that thing you gave us every day. Best gift in the world.
It is.
Thank you.
I love you, Mom. We're gonna talk.
I'll
sports.
set it right next to my sous whatever that
Sous
thing
vide.
is.
Jesus Christ.
Sous vide. Yeah. All right, honey.
I love you. The
I will
best.
see y'all in a couple weeks.
Have fun on your trip. Be safe.
All right. I hope I win a lot of money.
Go. Yeah. Send me some when you do.
Okay.
Love you, Mom. Bye. That's Jenny's mom, everybody.
Bye.
She
Love you
joins
too.
every Monday when she's not gallivanting across the globe. All right. Good times. By the way, real quick, I do have a bone to pick with these damn recipe websites. Could they make it any harder to get to the goddamn recipe and the instructions and the ingredients? I mean, for fuck's sake, people. I get it. You need to run an ad or two on your website to make a little money for your little old funky ass recipe that you run. Yo, what up, Perry? But Jesus Christ, these recipe websites are out of fucking control, man. I mean, they make it impossible to find the damn recipe itself. It's impossible. I just give up. I'm just like, fuck it, man. I would rather just not eat than to deal with this bullshit. And so now what I've done is I just go to the comments and talk shit to them. I do. I'm like, maybe you could add a few more ads to this website and make it fucking completely impossible to find what I'm looking for. I just talk shit to them now. I don't give a fuck. I'm just tired of it. It's just like, oh my God, how many ads do you need? There's 7 cups of ads. There's 4 tablespoons of bullshit. Like, what are we doing? It's maddening. It's fucking maddening. And the problem is people go and support and keep using them. Talk shit, people. We have to fight back. This is what matters. Okay? Peace in the Middle East. I don't give a shit about that. That doesn't matter. All right? Ukraine, Russia, who gives a fuck? What we have to do is overthrow these goddamn recipe websites. That is what matters, people. That's the real enemy. These goddamn cooking sites and their overabundance of ads. This is the enemy. This is the problem. This is the scourge of the earth. So Betty and Sharon and fucking you Butterbee cooking, go fuck yourselves. Okay? I'm sick of your ads and your bullshit. Just give me the goddamn recipe. All right? I don't mind a little ad here and a little ad there, but for fuck's sake, I shouldn't have to go on a treasure hunt. Tired of this shit. It's crazy. This weekend, Now, I'm glad Perry's here. I'm glad Amos is here. I'm glad Donna's here. I'm glad Amos said use Pinterest. I do, but then once you click on it and it takes you to the website and it's a whole bullshit thing. I'm glad my New Orleans people are here. Oh, okay, what up, KB Holmes? KB Holmes, that recipe site's getting right up there on the shit list with AT&T. They probably passed them. After this weekend, oh my God. Oh my God. Let me tell you. Your boy, I got busy this weekend in the kitchen. All right. What up, Walt? I did. I got busy in the kitchen this weekend. I'm glad Walt is here. I got all my Cajuns here because I got a wild hair up my ass. Now, a couple things I made this weekend. I made some filet mignons. I made some filet mignons. I didn't need a recipe for that. I know how to make filet mignons. I made French toast. I had never made French toast, so I looked up a recipe for that. It took longer to find the goddamn recipe than it did to make French toast. Okay? It shouldn't be as such. Let me see if I can get to the note. It shouldn't. I want to find the recipe. I also, excuse me, while I'm logging into my notes to get to this one recipe site that I was just like, you stupid asshole woman. You stupid asshole of a woman. Let's see, recipes. So I got a wild hair up my ass. Nora loves is this it? Nora loves boiled spicy shrimp. When Dan Seafood and Wings used to sponsor this show, she was the happiest person on earth because I used to go to Dan's and get boiled spicy shrimp all the time. And she just could not be happier about that. You know what I mean? So, and she loved it. That was her absolute favorite thing in the world. So now she's not a huge crawfish fan, but she does love a good boiled spicy shrimp. Now your boy got a wild hair up his ass and was like, I want to please my queen. Oh, BB Orleans is delicious, better than Dan's. Oh, shit. I want to please my queen. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to make boiled spicy shrimp. Never done it in my life. I've never made crawfish. I've never made boiled spicy shrimp. But I want to please my queen. So I am going to give it a go. So I found a recipe. And I tried it. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't hot enough. It wasn't that spicy. Now, the crazy thing is, like, I found a bunch of different recipes for boiled spicy shrimp. I ended up going with a recipe from, I don't know. It's funny the way I do recipes. I do it based on who the person is, right? It's kind of racist. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of sexist. I'm not gonna lie. But goddamn it, done that way for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to get a recipe for boiled spicy shrimp from some lady named Kathy that lives in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm not going to do that. Some big fat white woman named Kathy that, oh yeah, don't you know I love living in Minnesota. Nope, not gonna get that boiled spicy shrimp recipe from her. Yeah, you just add sour cream and some ranch and okay. Nope, not gonna do that. So I'm not gonna lie. I went and got a recipe from this black woman whose website had the name Butter in it. I was like, you can't not do that. It was like Butter Be Cooking or some shit. Like, yeah, Butter Be Ready. That's what it was called. Butter Be Ready Cajun seafood boil with garlic butter sauce. And it was the only recipe that included a garlic butter sauce. The rest of them were just like, well, you just, add some spices and you got both spicy shrimp. I was like, what? No, I'm not just a regionalist. I'm straight up racist. Straight up racist. Straight up. Like, I'm not like barbecue. You know what I mean? No offense, but I'm not getting a barbecue recipe from a female. That's sexist as fuck. If I want a barbecue recipe, I'm not getting it from a female. Sorry. Sorry, ladies. I'm not doing it. Not getting no, I'm not doing it. Nope. Not happening. Same thing though. When I wanted a Juicy Lucy recipe, I didn't go and get like Miss Netta's Juicy Lucy recipe. What, a black woman don't know nothing about making a Juicy Lucy recipe? That is straight up a Minnesota thing. I had to go find Kathy and get her Juicy Lucy recipe because she's going to know how to cook it. Dub said what happened to believe all women, except when it comes to barbecue. What up, Sid? Sid said, wow, Barry. Sid, I could lie to you or I could keep it real, sweetie. I'm just saying, look, when it comes to some of this shit, I don't go get a man's recipe for some of this shit. Pastries? I don't get no man to tell me how to make a cake or a pastry. The fuck we know about that? I'm not doing that. No man knows how to make a good pastry. I'm not doing that. I don't trust a man. No. There's certain foods that I trust certain sexes and races to make. Okay? Sid said true. And true. But the pearls were clutched. Oh, I get it. I get it. But
Jared Taylor, thin the word is thin.
Oh shit, what happened? What happened? Somebody got timed out. Jeff Bell. Jeff Bell got timed out. Jeff Bell, our resident thin person, he got up in his feels. That is fucking hilarious. Somebody got a timeout, Jared Taylor. Oh my God, Donna got him. That is so funny. Holy shit. Jeff Bell said, we don't use the S word, bro. The S word is thin people's N word. That's the funniest shit I've ever heard, Jared. Oh my God. I mean, Jeff, that is the funniest shit. Oh my God. Skinny is skinny is the N word for thin people. Oh my God, that's so funny. Oh my God. Oh, Jeff done got offended as fuck. It's thin. The word is thin. Can't believe you said the S word. Timed out. Oh, fuck. That's hilarious. That is too funny. Also, Jenny's mom said, I am so disappointed in you. Really? Really, Mom? So, okay, hold on. No. Jenny's mom, don't you go anywhere. Yep. You park it right there, Jenny's mom. Listen to me. Park it right there. Okay, this question is just for Jenny's mom. If I'm so wrong and you're so disappointed in me that I am very particular about race and sex and region when it comes to where I get the recipes from, would you want a 17-year-old white woman, a 17-year-old white man from Saskatchewan giving you a fried chicken recipe? Would you want that fried chicken recipe, Mom? I know how much you love fried chicken. Your favorite dish. Huh? Would you? Would you want a what? Or would you start with anyone from the South and then start to narrow it down from there? That's what I thought. Yeah, Nasty Nate said fried chicken, fat black lady. Come on. Who we trusted? There are certain things. Look, if I want an arugula salad recipe, I'm going to California. If I want a recipe for lasagna, I'm not going to the fat black lady. Right? I'm finding me the greasiest Italian I can find. Come on, y'all. Don't act like I'm out of bounds on this. Don't act like I'm out of bounds. Sid said, but he has black friends. I don't give a shit. No. I'm finding me an Italian mom for a lasagna recipe. Okay? Don't act like I'm out of bounds on this. We're all racist when it comes to our recipes. That's what I learned this weekend. I'm racist as fuck. I'm racist and I'm sexist. Because I was looking for recipes and I was like, no, this white bitch don't know how to make boiled spicy shrimp. No. Next. And then I saw this big black woman and her website was called Butter Be Ready. And I was like, check. This checks all the boxes for boiled spicy shrimp. All the boxes. Perry said, wait, Jenny went to Waltrip and loves fried chicken? Oh, she's definitely not white. She's light-skinned as fuck. Where you think I get it from, Perry? Where you think I get it from? Titan Hugo said, isn't Colonel Sanders white? Colonel Sanders is a mascot. Don't start that shit. And I love that Flip and PP Dubs wanted to clip that. First of all, I can delete your clips. So you can clip it all you want. But if you're just going to if you're trying to make your boy look bad, get me in trouble or get me canceled because you can't, roll with the joke. Okay, well done. Yeah, Mark said just don't go to Lance for brisket. You guys can never just take it to joke and just let it breathe. Jesus Christ. Yeah, definitely don't go to Lance for brisket. That's the thing. Sid got upset because I said I ain't going to a woman for a barbecue recipe. I'm not. If I want a good brisket recipe, again, I'm keeping it in the South. Keeping it to a man. Facts. I'm not going to a old white woman in Portland, Oregon for a brisket recipe. I'm not even going to some dude out in Portland. Some old white man in Portland or an old black man in Portland. No. If I want an empanada recipe, where you going? Tell the truth, chat. If you want to make empanadas this weekend and you hop on the fucking internet and you start scrolling and you see 3 different options. You see Cindy's empanada recipe. You see Letitia's. No, let's not do that. You see Cindy's empanada recipe. You see Jamarcus's empanada recipe. And then you see Lupita's empanada recipe. Which one you choosing? That's what I fucking thought. Give me that shit. Don't give me that shit. That's what I thought. Jenny's mom said, who would you go to for a good chicken fried steak recipe? Sid said Sydney is her American name. Sydney is her American name. Hey. Who would you go to for a good chicken fried steak recipe? I think I would have to see them. You know what I mean? I'd have to see. And by the way, Lupita, if I got 2 different Lupitas, like I need to see Lupita. How old does she look? Because like if I got 2 Lupitas and one is like, hi, my name is Lupita and I'm 23. And then I got like old Abuelita Lupita. And she's like in the same, she's got that dingy ass apron on and she's got dirty fingernails and she's got that arm fat. I'm taking that recipe. The more arm fat, the better the recipe. Okay. And it don't have measurements in the recipe. It don't say like 1 teaspoon. It just says a little bit. It just says a handful. It just says some. That's the fucking recipe. That's the one. You go by arm fat and measurements. And the less general or the less specific and the more arm fat, the better that empanada recipe is going to be. And the dirtier the apron. Facts. The older the grandma, the more the arm fat and the less specific in the measurements, them empanadas going to hit. So don't come at me, y'all. Use the arm fat when it makes pupusas. What? I don't know what that means. There's actually a white woman from Portland that's won barbecue pitmaster like 4 times. I bet she moved there. I bet she moved there. Okay. I needed to get that out of my system. I appreciate you guys listening. Thank you for that. Mark said I used to sell my pulled pork and people would ask me for the recipe. Never written it down. Well, there you go. I don't, Jenny's mom said, who do you go to for chicken and dumplings recipe? You go to Jenny's mom. That's who. Yeah, I don't know. Who would I go to for chicken fried steak? That's chicken fried steak. I don't know if that has a region or not. I don't know. Chicken fried steak, I never answered. That's a good one. That's a tough one. Ponch said that was a fun rant to show up to. Thank you, Ponch. Sid said chicken fried steak equals big back inquiry. They gotta have big back, big fat. They gotta have them, looks like their jaws on a bulldog hanging off the back. I ain't mad at you. Yeah, I think chicken fried steak, you got to be like below. That's definitely from the South. Yeah. Chicken fried steak's a Southern thing. Yep. Southern grandma. Okay. Definitely not race specific. Maybe not even, gender specific. But I would definitely say it's regional, right? Like, I don't even know if I would say the South, because I'm not going to North Carolina for a good chicken fried steak. You know what I mean? I agree, Mom. It might be a Texas thing. Yeah. Jared said, all right, Jeff, my wife got offended too, but I keep the S word in my vocabulary to irritate her. That's hilarious. Oh, that's true. Posh said you need a really good cast iron skillet for a good chicken fried steak. I'm getting better at using a cast iron skillet. I've had to perfect it. Okay, but we got to get back to something real quick before we move on. I'm sorry. Back to my boiled spicy shrimp. Here was the problem. It tasted good, okay? It just wasn't spicy enough. It was good boiled shrimp. It just wasn't good boiled spicy shrimp. And I was like, what's the key to getting good spice? Like, there was no heat, like none. Like, there was a little bit of an aftertaste, but there was no heat. And in the recipe, it had like, well, first of all, like I doubled almost what it called for. But it used Old Bay and it used some Cajun seasoning, which I just had some Slap Your Mama, but I also had some Tony Chachere's, but I just used Slap Your Mama and hot sauce. So, no, I'm not talking about buying it. I'm talking about making it. I talk about making it, not buying it. I don't want to buy it. I want to make it. Overcooking. It's tough to add spice to shrimp without overcooking. It's easier to just make a sauce. So this was the process that I went to Sid. This is what I did. So, I mean, I've had a big pot. It was like I think a 10 quart, 12 quart pot, right? And I wasn't making that much shrimp. It was like 2 pounds maybe of shrimp. But this is essentially what the recipe was. 3 quarts of water, 1 12-ounce beer. Bring that to a boil. And then I think I added in a 1/4 cup of Old Bay. But I added a 1/2 cup of Old Bay, a 1/2 cup of Cajun seasoning, and it said just add a couple of dashes of hot sauce to your liking. And I was like, nah. I mean, I would sit there and probably put like 10 dashes of hot sauce. So I doubled all the hot sauce, all the spicing, right? And then it said bring that to a boil. And let that come to a boil. So I let that boil, and then I put in chopped onion and what was it? Chopped onion and it's just a yellow onion. The onion and lemon. And I'm starting to think that the lemon is what cut the spice. Because she had a whole large lemon cut into wedges in there. So, but it was just, so I put the onion in there. And then once the onion cooked and got kind of soft, no cayenne. It was just the Old Bay and the Cajun seasoning and some hot sauce. So 1 medium yellow onion, brought that to a boil, and then added some andouille sausage and some baby potatoes. Brought that to a boil, let that cook for about 15 minutes. Then added snow crab legs, shrimp, and corn. and didn't cook those for very long because I didn't want to overcook the shrimp. Maybe cooked it for like, I don't know, 5 minutes boiled. You know, the shrimp and the crab. The crab came out good. It just none of it was spicy. But maybe cooked the shrimp. I mean, I let it get pink, but then took the shrimp out. So took the shrimp out and everything. Once they were, pink and curled up a little bit. But then, yeah, that was it. And then the butter sauce that she had, the recipe was good. It was 2 sticks of unsalted butter, 10 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of Old Bay, 1 tablespoon of parsley, 1 teaspoon of Cajun seasoning, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and hot sauce to taste. And then you just melt it all, mix it up. And then, so once all that was done, once all that was cooked, put it on a big tray, pour the butter over it, mix it all together. Like I said, it was really tasty. It just wasn't spicy. Oh, so Mark said add the potatoes last. Okay, so I think the lemon. Nate said citrus kills spice. Learned that making crawfish. Add cayenne powder or hot fresh chilies. Walt said, how much cayenne did you add? Okay, so looking like I need to add cayenne. Write this down. Cayenne. No lemon. Potatoes last. Okay. Got it. Yeah, because I was like, I don't get it. And Donna had said, try Zatarain shrimp and crab boil. That feels like a cheat code. I'm sure it's good. Zatarain's shrimp boil. Yeah, that feels like a cheat code. I was trying to do it from scratch. But yeah, I think next time I'm just gonna. Because when I got done, I was like, I could taste the lemon, and I was like, man, I feel like there was too much lemon in it, and that's why it wasn't spicy. But yeah, but like I said, it tasted good, just wasn't spicy. All right. So thanks for the feedback. Let's get to some sports. Come on. Oh, Walt said I cooked the potatoes first because they take the longest to fully cook. Yeah, Amos said always add your shrimp last. They don't actually need to boil them. Yeah, that's the shrimp did go last. So do you cook the potatoes and then take them out, Walt? Or you leave them in the whole time? Because that was kind of like, yeah, she added them like in the middle. They were actually, there was a few that were like soggy and shit at the end, but yeah, I'm going to experiment. This won't be I told Nora, this won't be the last time I make it. I cook potatoes first because they take long, but these were like baby potatoes. They were small. Because again, I wasn't making a lot. It's just me and Nora, so I wasn't making a big one. Look at everybody's like, I vote no sports. Sports? Just parboil the potatoes? What is that? What the hell does parboil mean? What the hell is parboil? I don't know what that means. Now I got to look up parboil. No, I leave them in. Oh, so you just do them first?
Heck yeah!
Hey, Joe Bro! By the way, I missed Mark resubscribing. Mark, thank you for resubscribing for 33 months. Joe Bro, thank you for resubscribing for 31 months. Appreciate you guys. So you leave them in the whole time? Don't they get, but you're probably using real or much bigger red potatoes. I got them, pre-boil. I was like, what the shit? Yeah. I used like little baby potatoes, real small, little like the medley, red and gold baby potatoes. They came out perfect. She said to just boil them for like 15 minutes and then you just mash a fork or just stick your fork in there till they're soft and then you're almost soft because then they're going to cook even longer when you add the shrimp for 5 minutes. Hey, what up, Minds? So yeah, let's talk Raptors. No thanks. We are going to talk some sports though. let's talk Nick Chubb to the Texans. Texans going to sign him to a 1-year deal if he passes the physical. You may recall when Chubb was healthy, bro, he was one of the best. One of the best. But that's going to be the key. Can he stay healthy? Can he be healthy? Can he pass the physical? Will he regain his pre-injury numbers? Let me shake the magic 8 ball. Not likely. Hopefully he does. But who knows, really. His numbers last year didn't look great. Excuse me. Oh, where did it go? Where are you tonight? His numbers last year, let's see. Oh, per Sean Pendergrass, he passed. Oh, good. He had 332 yards of rushing. Now, again, he didn't play much because he was injured. He only had 102 attempts, but he was only averaging 3.3 yards a carry. So what this is this is a flyer. This is hey, why not? You got nothing to lose. You still have Joe Mixon. You know what this is? This is kind of a Stephon Diggs type of flyer type of thing. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, if it works, it works. If not, it's a 1-year deal. No big deal. You've got, God, how many running backs did they say were on the roster already? They have the list in this article. You've still got, obviously Joe Mixon. You've got Damian Pierce, Dario Ongomwale, and then they just drafted Woody Marks out of USC. So it's not like they're not 1 year's $3 million, 1 year $3 million. Why not? That's a huge risk reward in favor of the Texans. I mean, in his prime and when he was healthy, one of the best running backs in the NFL. And if he regains 80 to 90, 80% of what he was, that's a really good backup for Joe Mixon. Was it 1 year 5? Let's see. I see 4-time Pro Bowl next job. Expect to sign a 1-year deal with Houston. I haven't seen. Was it 5? Nick Chubb. I see expected to sign. I still don't see the number. Pierce should be released next week with the signing. Yeah, that would be interesting. Especially with Ogunbowale. They like him as their third down back. Expected to sign. Look on Spot Track. I don't think that it's. Oh, RBs. I thought you meant 5 million. I was like, what? Yeah, they don't have the number yet, but it's worth the flyer. It does make Damian Pierce expendable, especially with the drafting of the rookie. But I also think it makes you kind of, let's see what happens during camp. Of course, you got a rookie contract too. That's a lot cheaper. Much easier to swallow, especially if you're going to be spending that money. So, also, it's official. Aaron Rodgers is a Steeler, signed a 1-year, $13.65 million deal, way under what we thought it was going to be at $20 million. So not a bad deal for the Steelers either. And as far as money goes, definitely fits within the confines of their cap space. It's definitely an upgrade over Mason Rudolph and whoever else they have currently on staff. I don't know that it's necessarily head and shoulders better than what they had last year, but it's certainly better than where they're at right now. So, that's all you can ask for is be better than, hold on. Is it? Boy. Yeah, be better than where you're at going into the regular season. Funny, the NFCN plays the Steelers this year. Oh, NFC North. Yeah. Ooh. What the shit? Sorry, I gotta take care of something here real quick. I did not see this. Uh-oh. What the shit? Okay. First one on the hot seat, Rodgers or Tomlin. He's been a coach killer recently. Yeah, I don't think it's Tomlin, honestly. I know that a lot of people in Pittsburgh want it to be Tomlin. I don't think it is. I don't know that he's lost the locker room yet. I think he's got to lose the locker room before he goes on the hot seat. Honestly, I think he's got to lose that locker room first, and I don't know that he has. So once he loses the locker room completely, then he's going to go on that hot seat. So, what the shit? All right, a couple more things that I wanted to discuss. First of all, OKC, it's wild to say this, but OKC ties the series up 1-1 in the NBA Finals last night. Did not see that first game coming with the Indiana Pacers taking game one. Didn't see that coming. Didn't see it coming. Didn't see it coming at all. I didn't think Indiana would just roll over, but I certainly didn't see them stealing game one on the road. But that just shows you how determined this team is. I also think Mark Daigneault, I'm curious as to why he made the changes that he did with the starting lineup, taking Isaiah Hartenstein and benching him, not benching him, but taking him out of the starting lineup. Worked out in game two just fine, but a bit perplexing going into game one. And kind of makes you wonder, like, what? That's a little bit interesting, but it worked, right? It worked in game two, so you can't say, well, that was the reason they lost, because game two, that was the same lineup. Let me make sure I'm not talking on my ass here, because I wasn't watching it kind of half-assed here. Yeah. Casey Wallace starts. Hartenstein comes off the bench, 22 minutes, so they about the same amount of minutes. But I think the big difference between 1 and 2, first of all, Tyrese Halliburton, kind of a no-show through most of game 2. And Alex Caruso, kind of unsung hero on this Thunder team, especially in the playoffs. Just kind of doing all the dirty work for this team. He's the veteran leader, the veteran presence. Pretty wild. But now the NBA Finals goes to Indiana, tied 1-1. If you're Indiana, you got to feel good. You did what you're supposed to do. Your job was to split. And you split. The concerning thing is the Thunder get past that first game loss. They do so pretty emphatically. And they're not scared to go on the road. Certainly not. What was their road record this year? Let me see. Standings. Thunder were 32-8 on the road this year. That is crazy. God, they only lost 8 games on the road. Boston was 33-8 on the road. Indiana was 29-11 at home. So, I mean, they were really good at home. They had the second fewest losses at home in the Eastern Conference. That's really good. Really good. So, it's going to be a good series. I think we're in for a hell of a game 3, that's for sure. Who's favored in game 3? Let's see. It's got to be the Thunder, right? Wednesday, OKC by 5.5. Interesting. Money line's Indiana plus 175. I might take that. I still have, my bet is still alive for OKC to win. Oh my God. Mark said apparently Rodgers is already campaigning to get Alan Lazard to Pittsburgh. Jesus. Yeah, I do agree there. Total Dallas said once it becomes Tomlinson versus Watt. If Aaron Rodgers beats the Packers, he'll be the 5th quarterback to beat all 32 teams. Can we name the other 4? The 5th quarterback? Oh gosh. Yeah, I like that. Total Dallas said Brady. Let's see. Total Dallas said Peyton, Drew, Brady, Montana. Walt said 3 are correct. Beat all 32 teams. Well, can't be Montana because Montana didn't play the Texans. So that's not going to work. So it's definitely Peyton, Drew, and Brady. And not Favre. You got to remember, it's all 32 teams currently. So I would say definitely Brady. So, well, we know it's going to be Brady, Drew Brees, and Peyton Manning. And who's another one that jumped ship? Did Russ beat the Seahawks? No. Is it Russ? Oh, Fitzmagic's a good guess. God, Fitzmagic is a really good guess. I like that one. I'm going to go Fitzmagic as the 4th. So, yeah, I'm going to say, I'm going to go Brady. Ooh, Kirk Cousins. That's a pretty good one, but I don't think so. Yeah, I'm going to say Fitzmagic. Final answer. So, Brady. Favre didn't play the Texans. Yeah, he may have. Yeah, Favre may have played the Texans. Oh, it's Favre. Favre was the first to ever do it? Oh, okay. But did Favre play the Texans? Oh, he did beat the Texans? Oh, okay. Well, then it's Favre. But Fitzmagic is a really good guess. All right, well, then it's got to be Favre then. Went to a game where Favre played the Texans as the Vikings. Oh, yeah, I forget that. He was, yeah. Okay, well, then there you go. That's got to be it then. So, Favre, Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees. That's got to be it. Walt, answer? Well, that's our guess, Walt. Hasn't everyone beaten the Texans? That's our answer, Walt. Hold on, let it pop into my chat, and I'll put it on the screen for everybody. It's just got to pop up in my chat. Come on, you slow bitch. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Brady, Peyton, Favre, and Manning. Good trivia, Walt. Fitzmagic is a really good one. How is Fitzmagic not beating everybody? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. That's crazy. Something in my eye. Real quick, I do want to talk Jesus. I mean, I don't want to talk Jesus. I mean, I do. We can, but I know Cece would like it. I tell you what. If you didn't watch any NHL Game 2, what is you doing with your life, baby? I'll tell you, man. If Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals doesn't make you a hockey fan, nothing is going to make you a hockey fan. Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals may have been one of the best hockey games I've ever watched. Now, I haven't watched a lot of hockey, to be fair, but that was one of the best hockey games I've ever watched. Game 1 was crazy in and of itself, Mark. Game 1 was fantastic. How do you get a game-winning goal with 31 seconds left in overtime? But for Game 2 to then go to double OT and the villainous Marchand to get the game winner on a kind of a soft-ass breakaway. He already had one short-handed breakaway in the game to begin with. I mean, just unbelievable. That Game 2 was incredible. Absolutely incredible. You been watching, Uriel? Bro. Did you watch Game 2? And I mean, what'd you think? Was that not? Yeah. So Uriel never watched hockey, but because I kept insisting that y'all watch it, he said he would. And he has. And he was like, okay, I admit it. This sport is super exciting and fun to watch. It really is. So if you haven't been watching, I can't imagine what the rest of this series is going to be like. Because very much like the NBA, we are now at a 1-1 tie in the Stanley Cup Finals. And we are now headed to Florida for Game 3. And holy shit, it's going to get good. Edmonton's a good road team. But Florida found something in themselves in Game 2 that wasn't there in Game 1. Look, both of these games have been close, though. See, that's the thing. Game 1 of the NBA Finals was close, obviously, with Halliburton and an amazing game winner. Game 2 was a blowout. Both of these NHL games, just insane. Insane. Yeah, Uriel said now you've got 2 Mexicans watching hockey because of you. Hey, man, I can't even believe I'm watching hockey. I was never a hockey fan. It's just, I told Nora, it's a fun sport, especially now. I'm not the biggest regular season hockey guy, but man, you get to this time of year, it's must-watch sports. It really is. I mean, like, if you grow up on hockey, I get it for sure. But if you're just a sports fan, if you just love good, entertaining sports, yo, you gotta watch this. Got to. It is, without a doubt, some of the best sports playoff-wise that you're going to get. But I'm still sticking with my Edmonton pick. It may not be in 6 now. Florida is legit. What did Mark say? Can anyone else name Marchand's nickname? Marchand. God. I don't know, but he looks like a goon, though. He really does. Was he the agitator? That should be his nickname. The instigator? I don't know. What is it? What's his nickname? Marshawn's nickname. The Honey Badger. That's hilarious. And the Nose Face Killer. That is so funny. Yeah, he's got him a nose, that's for sure. He does. Marshmont, that's funny. He's got himself a nose. Brad Marchand, he's got himself a nose. Is it Shan? Marchand? Yeah, I keep saying it wrong. Marchand. He's got himself a nose. That is so funny, though. He's called the Honey Badger. Or the Nose Face Killer. That's too funny. Mark said, no, he's known as the Rat. Not according to Google. Let me see what hockey reference. Hockeyreference.com. I know Brad Marchand. I know they'll have his nicknames. Here you go. It's got all of his nicknames. Dude is ugly as fuck, too. If I don't know the names, I can't seem to get into it. First tried to buy NHL 24 game to familiarize with names. Played like 2 times and still no one. The Rat is for Kachuk. Dude is not handsome. That is for sure. He's not winning any beauty contests. Most hockey guys aren't. God, these nicknames are fantastic. They call him Rat Fat Kachuk. That's too funny. Here, I mean, both of them can be the Rat. Let's see. Here's Hockey Reference. And according to Hockey Reference, here's all of Marchand's nicknames. Little Ball of Hate. That's a great nickname. Little Ball of Hate. Marshy. Nose Face Killer. Squirrel. Rat. Tomahawk. Brat. Bad Brad. Marshmont. Honey Badger. And Precious Little Angel. What the shit? That's hilarious. So all of those. So he is known as the Rat. Let's see, Kachuk. I just copied and pasted that. That's not how you spell it. Mark. That's the last time I used your spelling. Let's try Alex's spelling. Nope. You trying to, is that Keith Kachuk? Oops. What the shit? Is this because I'm too zoomed in here? What the shit am I doing? Oh my gosh. Let's see. Go away. Ads. Let's see. Last name. What's his first name? Mark said I spelled it right. TK. Kachuk. Which one are we going with? Brady, Matthew? Oh, the Kachuk boys? Brady is Chucky, and Matthew is the Rat King. So you're both right. Matthew Kachuk is known as the Rat King. Right there. Zoom it on in. The Rat King, Matthew Kachuk. Brady Kachuk is known as Chucky Kachuk. Yeah. Game 3 of the NHL Finals, I believe, is tonight. Right? Yes, it's tonight. 7 o'clock. Oh, my God. Titan Hugo, I'm telling you, brother. You got to watch this shit. It's just been fucking amazing. Edmonton is plus 125. Florida's minus 145. That's the money line. So Florida's favored tonight. Jeff Bell said, go Panthers. Florida favored tonight at home. Over under 6.5 goals. So it's going to be good. That's the one thing that I think is interesting as I was thinking about. Anytime you hear somebody say hockey's boring or I don't like it, or it's not there's not a ton of action. One, as far as like goals getting scored and stuff. One, there's always action in hockey. It's like literally it's like basketball in that regard. This constant movement. There's no stopping and starting like in football. And baseball. It's constant movement. Two, if you think about it as far as scoring, last game Friday was 5-4 in double OT. That's 35-28 football game. That's a lot of scoring. That's a lot of scoring. Game 1 was 4-3. That's 28-21. Now, mind you, that was 3 periods and an OT. So that's a 4-quarter football game. That was because they play 60 minutes just like football. It's 3 20-minute periods, so they played an extra. So they played a little bit longer than that. But yeah, it's plenty. They don't count it 6-1. They just give 1 point. So I had somebody say, oh yeah, but hockey, there's not a lot of scoring. I'm like, what are you talking about? A 4-3 game is 28-21. You would never say that about football. You'd be like, that's a damn good football game. That's a 4-3 football game in an hour. And a lot of standing around in a huddle and shit. We prop football up on a pedestal way more than it deserves to be sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. Seriously. It's soccer on ice. Fuck off. That's funny. Yeah, he was being sarcastic, Mark. He wasn't saying that. He was telling people that say that to fuck off. It's definitely not soccer on ice, and I used to say that. Mangala. I used to be like, hockey is just soccer on ice. And then I watched it, and I was like, oh, that's not that at all. That's not that at all. So go watch some hockey tonight. I promise you'll enjoy it. Even if it's not a double overtime thriller, it's going to be fun. I'll say this. I've watched all 4 finals games, both hockey games, both basketball games. Both hockey games have been way better than both final games. In fact, if we were rating all 4 games in order, game 2 NHL is first. Game 1 NHL is second. Game 1 NBA is third. And game 2 NBA is fourth. That'd be the order of all these finals. Facts. Facts. Yep. Totally agree, Uriel. Uriel said it's not soccer on ice. I love soccer. That's my favorite sport, but hockey is not the same in any way other than 1 point per goal. Totally agree. And I'm the dumbass that said it. So could not agree more. All right. You guys have a night. Enjoy yourselves. Good times. I think we found out something about each other. I think we all learned something about ourselves today. We all learned that we're a little racist and sexist when it comes to our recipes. You are too, damn it, admit it. Thanks for the advice and the tips on making these boiled spicy shrimp boiled spicier. I'll try that next time. We're having it for leftovers tonight, so I'm going to whip up another batch of that butter I'm going to add some cayenne pepper to it for dipping. Maybe that'll help with the heat. Yeah. Also, I think sitting in the fridge might help with some leftovers. Hey, much love, Mark. I don't know why you're in the hospital, brother, but take care of yourself, man. I hope you're good. Much love, Walt. Hey, Joe Pro. Check out the replay, man. We talked food of ages for like an hour. Jenny, his mom, came in, had to fucking school her on sous vide. Pissed Mark off. Hey, much love, Alex. Appreciate you, brother. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, do me 3 favors, everybody. Be safe. Be kind. And most importantly, love each other. See y'all tomorrow. Enjoy the hockey, everybody. Make sure you watch it, okay? Just watch it. Damn. All my best, Mark. And he's making a YouTube video!